Thank you for joining. Well, you ain't joining, but I am back. United Comic Universe. What we are talking about is comics. Well, whatever we want. You know why? Because we're a comic, baby. We're a comic. Now, let's get into this nice discussion of comics. Um, so recently I rewatched Spider-Man Into the Multiverse. I think that was one of the most brilliant. What's up, Prime? I'm back too, man. How's it going, man? I was about to talk about Spider-Man Into the Multiverse, but if you have anything of anybody in the chat have anything they want to discuss right now at any time of this live stream, please send it right there in the comment box, the chat box, whatever we want to call it this time or whatever moment, so we can just discuss before we get this live cracking and popping and let's make it live. So basically, I was talking about Spider-Man Into the Multiverse. I think that was a brilliant anime movie they made. I mean, because when I was watching it again and again and again and again and again, I just love how it look. I love how it seems like I was just looking at a comic book right there on big screen. You know, the comic book was just the way they did it, how they had like the comic words popping up like they was in a comic book, the way they did the whole graphics, the art graphic was just amazing. Have you seen that, Prime? Have you checked that out? Spider-Man Into the Multiverse? Because I also love how they actually brung in the multiple different Spider-Man from those different multiverses. I thought that was just brilliant. I mean, I know it's in the comics, but I just love how they did it. I just love how they actually incorporated that into the movie. And the reason why we're not getting one as soon as possible, because everybody want more of that Spider-Man Into the Multiverse. Everybody want that movie. Everybody want a second one. The reason why, because I heard that Sony don't want nobody to use that format and in no other movie. So they basically what they doing, they trying to get that whole design, how they did the whole movie, copyright. So if anybody uses it, they can hit them with a lawsuit, or they have to actually go buy from them. I'm like, man, why is y'all even worrying about that? I mean, because let's just make this happen for the fan. Because I just love the movie. I love the way they brought. That's one of the things I noticed about comics. Comics are one of the most diversity things that ever been put out by us. You know what I'm saying? But comics is just really a diversity. I mean, you actually see like Captain America, right? He fighting against Groot. I mean, he fighting with Groot. I mean, and it's like, whoa, he's not even afraid of that. He's like, okay, this guy's on my side. Let's do this. You know what I'm saying? They ain't discriminating. You know what I'm saying? That's why I love this most diversity thing. That's why one of the things I like what they're doing with the MCU, simply because they doing a lot of diversity with the MCU. You know what I'm saying? So they actually bringing more females, more males, you know, different nationalities into these roles, and we can experience different nationalities in the big screen. I mean, because let's face it, they do that in the comics. Why not do that in the movies? You know what I'm saying? So that is pretty awesome. And I also heard that Joker, Joaquin Phoenix, he got a Golden Globe for Best Actor as the Joker. That was great. But you did not beat up. But Marvel saying on Oscars with their movies. DC saying on Golden Globes. I mean, I already have an Oscars saying in my how you say that word, you know what I'm saying? Instead of Golden Globe. So what you're saying, DC, then you also notice it, right? Mark Scorsese was talking about when superhero movies is not cinemas, right? But you notice that his I don't know if it's movie won or they were nominated for the Golden Globe. I'm like, wow, so all this right here is just hype for this man to get publicity towards his movie. Prime, just like how the original Captain Marvel has a black female, was a black female. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. See, they do the diversity. I mean, I love that's one of the reasons I mean, you see it in games too. like games, they do a lot of diversities and stuff like that. That's one of the things that me personally, that's one of the things I believe in, and I think a lot of people will agree with me on this. That comic books and all these superhero movies like Marvel, MCU. Hey, what up? I'm True Skill. Thanks for coming back, man. Like all these Marvel movies and all these DC comic movies and stuff like that. They actually, me personally, they actually literally bringing everyone together. You know what I'm saying? They bringing everyone together. So because, and that's the reason why I didn't understand why Mark Scorsese was saying that the comic book movie is not cinema. I mean, I already did a video to let you know what cinema is. Basically, cinema is basically like, you know, someone like right now, but it's a live streaming right now. That's cinema right here, but it's just not like I don't have all those filters that was editing and them pictures pop up and all that. This is cinema right here. We just not on a high scale, you know, and that's why I didn't understand why he was saying that superhero movies is not cinema, because let's look at the basic now. Let's look at the basic. What do movies do? They bring people together. You know, they bring people together. I mean, you can't go to any theater now and just see just one race there. You see multiple people there, and everybody's getting along. I mean, you know, it's like everybody's laughing, everybody crying, everybody having a nice time at the movie. You know what I'm saying? So how can you say a movie is not a cinema? It's not cinema simply because it's outbeating your movies. I mean, let's face it here. Who went and watched The Irishman? I think it was Irishman or something like that. The Mark Scorsese movie. Who in the world went and watched that? I mean, I see it on Netflix all the time, but I just skip over that. You know what I'm saying? Because he complaining. He's saying that the superhero movie just keep replaying itself. It's exact same thing. It's exact same thing. And then I saw somebody on YouTube with a video saying this is why Mark Scorsese is right about this. I didn't even look at the video. I just saw the title. I was like, there's no need for me to, you know, look at that because it really don't make any sense. I mean, because that's the exact same movies he doing. I mean, look at Goodfellas. Look at Casino. Look at this movie, The Irishman. Look at most of his movies really successful. What was they? It was gangster movies. Now did he just contradict himself? The same thing he said that the superhero movies is doing, he doing the exact same thing. I mean, when I look at a gangster movie, I don't have no like happiness with that. I'm just looking like, wow, that's a pretty good movie. I'm looking at that as like a hit, more like, okay, this is what really went down. I mean, with the superheroes, look what happened with Black Panther, which is pretty great though. Oh, do you hear that Chadwick Boseman might don't be doing Black Panther after Black Panther 2? This is all speculation here. We're not really sure if this is really what's going to go down, but they said that he might just do Black Panther 2, and then he might don't do any other Black Panther. And they say he most definitely might don't do a Black Panther TV show. I was like, wow. I mean, I don't know why he won't do another Black Panther 2, because they say he got tired of doing the Wakanda Forever sign. He got tired of doing that, you know. And because I also heard within that his mother was saying, yeah, that is crazy. That is crazy, Prime. Because his mother was saying, because she was somewhere when Black Panther first came out, and he was somewhere giving a speech or something, and everybody wanted him to do the Wakanda sign, and he said, "Nah, I'm not going to do it." But his mother was upset and disappointed by him not doing that, and then he went ahead and did it the next time. That's what he pretty much was telling everybody. I'm like, I don't know what is going through his mind. I don't know what he may have been going through, why he don't want to continue Black Panther after his contract is up. That's what they're saying. Speculation from the article I read, that he might don't be in Black Panther 2, and I think do Black Panther 2, he might don't continue with that. I just don't see how me, like, looking on the outside, don't know everything. You know, we have a tendency, you know, just speak, we don't know the full story. So I'm just laying that out right now after I said that, so y'all know that that I'm just don't know everything, but I'm still gonna say something about it because a little bit of information I do know is I don't understand how can you just drop a load on the fans like that and don't continue with everything. I mean that ain't, I mean I like I said I don't know, a lot of things might be going on behind the scenes and everything, but you got to understand though, can you at least let us know? Can you at least step up on like step up, like do like a speech on a YouTube video or something, and give us an explanation why you're not considered shooting Black Panther anymore. You're not considered being T'Challa anymore after Black Panther 2 if your contract is up. If that is true, why won't none of these actors and stuff that build up all this great hype from these fans, all this great loyalty from these fans, and when they get tired of doing, and then when they don't want to do the character no more, it's simply because they are tired of playing the same role. I done heard that from multiple actors from the reports and stuff. They saying that they don't want to actually they tired of the character, so they not going to do it no more. I'm like, why did you even accept that role in the first place? I mean, you can't just mess with people's emotion like that. You know what I'm saying? Big Worm said that clearly in Friday when he told Smokey, messing with my money is messing with my emotion. Messing with these characters and just how you just want to drop out, you build all these fame from us, that is messing with our emotions. So I appreciate our actor just literally just come out and be straight up and actually just tell us and be respectful about it, instead of we have to read it with in like an article what you said. Why would you just pop a YouTube video, or you could have just made a video, people gonna watch it? Why don't you just tell us right there? I'm sorry, I know I don't build up a whole bunch of fans about me playing this character here, but it come to the time that I want to do more work, I want to do something else. So I duly truly apologize for not actually continuing with the character, and give us a message from you. Don't have us like just read on like a newspaper or something. Be straight up. That's one of the things that I heard about with Robert Downey Jr. The Russo brothers was talking about it. Russo, yeah, brother was talking about it. I think it was Anthony. He was talking. There was like some kind of podcast. Second Street Marvel. What up, my brother? What up, Will Comics? Oh, Prime. Check out everybody check out each other channel, subscribe, like, because all y'all great guys up in the chat. Second Street Marvel is a beast with the comic book reviews. Prime, he's a beast with the gameplay. I Am True Skills, he's beast with his breakdown with the trailers and stuff. So hey, go check them out. Y'all each other check them out, subscribe, like, and do all that nice things we do for each other. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So oh yeah, no. It's for Second Street Mall. You sitting that in, so yeah. So yeah, that's all I'm saying. Like, why? I already got Second Street Mall. All right, cool. That's what I'm saying, Prime. Nice. So I mean, just do that. I mean, it's not hard for a person to sit right there. I mean, I guess it's for some people it might be hard. I'm not saying it's like I can't just speak like it's not hard because I don't know how this other person may be. But I'm just saying, like, we talking about actors, it shouldn't be hard for them. So they should be able to actually sit there and make a video and let the fans know. It'll go a lot smoother with the fans. I know what I was talking about. I'm talking about when Anthony Russo was talking about Robert Downey Jr., okay, because they had to do some reshoot with Endgame with when he did like I Am Iron Man. They had to do a reshoot, and the way he was speaking, it's like they had to literally almost like beg him to come to shoot those reshoot with that, because Robert Downey Jr. didn't want to come back. He didn't want to do this. He didn't want to do that. Why, dude? That's the whole thing I'm saying. Why? Why you don't want to do that for the fans? Why you don't want to come back? It's a possibility to make that movie better for the fans. Why won't you come back? Why would they have to actually beg you to come back and do something that we are the ones that made you big to what you are? Because let's face it here, that Iron Man movie was only successful because of us. So I mean, that's why I'm saying I really appreciate the people who let you, they understand that. Some people understand those things, that it's one for us. They won't be in that state they in. That like status, not say, but status they in. I mean, like course, I know a lot of people think that my man right here, Tom Cruise, is crazy, but he do treat his fans really well. You know what I'm saying? I heard that also from a guy that I wasn't where I used to deal with when I was becoming a stuntman. He was telling me that he spoke with Will Smith, and Will Smith actually came to him and introduced himself like, you know, like they're on the same level. He didn't just see him like he was above him. You know, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's love us fans. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, like y'all, I love y'all. Y'all my fans. Y'all like the same here. I'm a fan of y'all work. Y'all a fan of mine. You know, we got to treat each other well. You know what I'm saying? So I can't just sit right there and just like straight just disregard y'all. That's just not right. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. I just wish that the actor would actually just tell us straight up front why they decided not to do the movie anymore. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not that hard for the actors because that's why they in the movie, because they love being on the front screen, you know. But so if anyone of y'all checked out The Witcher, because I know Prime, he probably actually played all three of the games, right? So he probably played all three of the games. But what about True Skills and no True Skill? We talked about this already. Yeah, haven't played any of the games, right? And what about you, Second Street Marvel? Have you checked out any of The Witcher, or you actually checked out The Witcher from Netflix, or you played the games? Because the Witcher on Netflix is okay. So you just finished watching it, right? So what did you thought about the TV show? Do you thought it did a great job? Because I'm gonna go back and watch it again, because when I first started watching, I binged it. So I'm gonna go back and watch it again and see what's really good. I don't like to watch TV. Okay. So you don't like watch television shows? That's understandable. But if you do decided to actually one day crack down and say, oh, you know what? I'm gonna watch me a TV show. I highly recommend the Witcher for you. All right, Second Street Marvel. Okay, so besides, yeah, so go because the game, the way he played, the way Henry Cavill played in the movie, I mean the TV show, he actually played The Witcher. Let me see. Prime, I never played the game, but the show was really good. Oh, okay, yeah, the show is really excellent. Just in case for you guys to know that TV show is actually based off the third game. Yeah, I have heard it. It's good. Yeah, it's really good. It's excellent. Because that right there, I don't know if y'all know this, because that right there, The Witcher was the highest demand show on the streaming service. Then it's actually surpassed The Mandalorian, like by far. It was the highest demand show on streaming service with The Witcher. But I think he actually did a really great job. I think he deserved. Now, if you're going to give a Golden Globe, what they do there for TV shows? What, Emmy? That's an Emmy for television shows. But they should definitely give him an Emmy for that. An Emmy for that for The Witcher. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, since they're giving out Golden Globes now to comic book movies and giving out Oscars now, so they should be able to get Emmy for the television show, because that was really a great television show. And another great so anyone of y'all seen Rising Dion? I think Rising Dion was actually a really good television show. You might want to check that out, about a little boy. He have like supernatural powers, but his mothers don't. He did play the character well. Yeah, Prime said he did play the character well. Like, yeah, he really did. I mean, he actually, and that show is actually based off the third game. Oh, you saw that too? So what do you think about Rising Dion? That was actually a really good thing, because I like how she don't have no superpower, but she got to train him how to use it and everything. That was actually how to train him how to use the powers. It was just a great, well done show. So that's Netflix. That's why I don't think Netflix is going anywhere. But I'll talk about that another time. But it's really a good show. It's a lot of things really good. So what do y'all think about Black Widow? Because I'm really looking forward to Black Widow. I can't wait. I've been waiting for that movie for years now. I think a lot of fans been waiting for Black Widow for years. And so it's actually going to be 3 Black Widows actually in the movie. They're going to be a remember the trailer, if you've seen the trailer, it was good. Never saw that ending coming. Go, yeah, that ending blew your mind, right? Boom. So yeah, so Black Widow. So it's gonna be 3 Black Widow. You remember in the trailer when you had Black Widow, you had Red Guardian, and you had her 2 sisters right there. Well, each of those 2 sisters is actually considered Black Widows. So it's 3 Black Widows in the movie, and I think the one, the older looking one with the black hair, she's supposed to be the original one before Black Widow became Natasha became Black Widow. So I guess the Red Room, that's pretty much what they do. They produce like Black Widows and they just send them all over the world because it's like every last one of them know how to fight. Now, also in the trailer with the Black Widow, you notice when the Red Guardian was looking around and it looked like he was in some kind of facility and the door knocked down. Now, I saw a video, they were saying that there's a possibility that, you know how it's supposed to be the Dutch Giant, that dude stand by like 7 feet tall, muscle, you know. I forgot where he was from. I think he was from Dutch. Yeah, I mean, Dutch Giant. Boom, you know what I'm saying? So, but basically, right, he kicked down the door. They saying that possible would be him, but he's also a mutant because it's a mutant that dealing with the Red Guardian in comics. I can't remember his name, but he can shift shape, and he make himself into like a bear-looking, furry-looking creature. And they saying that that's what kicked the door down. Not really sure because you know that was on with that trailer there. And I'm guessing that, and you know how like Natasha came down and looked like she landed on like some kind of like bridge, like some steel bridge. I'm thinking this is all speculation, this is all theory. I'm guessing what's happening with that is that Red Guardian is actually in prison. He was locked up, and Black Widow is actually coming there to save him. I think she went and got the other Black Widows to help her, but I know they're not showing it in that scene. But I actually really think that they actually got the girls came together to go get Red Guardian out of prison. And I don't know if the Dutch Giant is actually going to be a villain with them or he's all a part of that. We don't know. That might not even be the Dutch Giant kicking the door down. That could be some kind of explosive that Red Guardian came up with and blew the door down. Well, he can actually run out and try to find his way out of the prison. That could be what's going on with that. You never know. Then we do know that Nick Fury possibly going to actually be in the Black Widow, which does make sense because this right here is actually dated. The movie is actually dated after Civil War. So I love that how they actually making these movies to actually like fill in the gaps, you know, because that's great because now we see what Black Widow was doing between Civil War until I think what came out after that into Infinity War came out, you know. So we actually see what's going on with that. I kind of like that. That's why I actually wish that they would make it like not like a huge Black Panther movie, but like say like a 30 or 45 minutes movie. You remember when I like to see more reaction between T'Chaka and Queen Mother. You know, like to say like when she was saying, me and your father spoke of this day frequently, pretty much. I would like to see that interaction between that. I would literally like to see basically, remember when the time T'Chaka took out the traitor and he killed his brother, whatnot. And so I like to see a time between that time all the way up into T'Challa and his dad went to the embassy in Civil War. I like to see what happened when that time. I like to see how T'Challa was raised. I like to see why and how he met and fell in love with his love interest in Black Panther 2. I mean Black Panther. I like to see that. I like to see how Okoye, who was her teacher, how she became the general of the army now. You know, I like to see that. I like to see the interaction between little T'Challa and little Shuri. If they always that was that way, or did T'Challa always, you know, just stay back and just let Shuri have a way? I mean, I like to know a lot of that gap in between that, because I guarantee it probably be a nice, interesting story. And I would like to see. I'm True Skill. What you think about Doctor Doom being the villain in Black Panther 2? Me personally, I can't wait to see it happening. I mean, because Doctor Doom is a really powerful villain, but I would like to see him and Black Panther go head up. But if they going through, like I was saying, I think I said it a few times, but if they going through the story about that happening, and they go in the comics, Doctor Doom beat the mess out of T'Challa. But I don't know if they're gonna go that route. I mean, me personally, I want to see Doctor Doom in there, and I want to see Namor in Black Panther 2, because hey, let's face it, that right there put T'Challa and his people Wakanda to the test. That right there is a possibility that they can bring out technology in Wakanda that we never seen before, that they actually was prepared for that. I mean, I know like the first Black Panther movie was pretty much like the origin of everything. So we didn't get to see all the technology. We didn't get to see all the Wakanda properly, all the technology and stuff that they developed, or what skills and stuff that they know, you know, because when they was in Shuri lab, they was doing a whole bunch of things. So I like to see that, because Dr. Doom, he's intelligent. He got like equipment too. You know, he's really smart too. So I like to see Dr. Doom attack Wakanda and catch Wakanda completely off guard. And then I like to see, you know, they actually develop technology to go against Dr. Doom. But not on point of that, in the middle of that, a big wave come and hit Wakanda, Namor. So they have to actually fight off Namor, and they have to actually fight off Dr. Doom. I want to see how Black Panther, T'Challa, and all them going to be able to handle this big force coming after them. You know, that's why I want to see both of them. It's exciting to me. And then one thing a lot of people is not understanding here is that they were saying Wakanda can't handle Dr. Doom. He can't handle Namor. Now it's a good possibility that Black Panther is actually literally going to need help. You know, so it's a possibility that Dr. Doom is in there. It's a possibility that Fantastic Four won't be coming into the mix, because in the comics, Richard and T'Challa, they really great friends. They're really good friends. I mean, so, and then, you know, that's what I think that's going to probably happen. They probably will actually probably come out with a Fantastic Four movie before Black Panther 2. I know they got the phase 5s up there, but I think they'll be putting things in there that we ain't know that going to actually be in there. Because if they don't do that, that means that Fantastic Four should be coming out in Black Panther 2. It shouldn't be coming out between it should be coming out of that. But wait a second. I think I'm True Skill. I think Black Panther first appearance was in Fantastic Four. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I actually think you're right on that. Because you know how you have comic books and you reading like today's comic books. Sometimes you be lucky enough to actually find a comic book that have like a old comic book inside of it. I think one of my comics have Black Panther then was meeting if I don't have it, if I don't remember, I know I read it, but I think I have it because you're right, because Black Panther actually came to it was Fantastic Four actually went to Wakanda or other way around. But basically what I'm saying is that they actually ended up going to Wakanda and they had to fight against T'Challa. And they called back in that day, they called Wakanda like pretty much like a metal jungle, because they all looked at machinery, futuristic back in the days, best they can get it. And basically T'Challa was fighting against all of them. And they end up being defeating Black Panther. But yeah, yes, you're right. It's a comic book that's how Black Panther was first introduced, for my memory goes, is from Fantastic Four. That's a good catch there. But yeah, see, he can actually in Black Panther 2, he actually going to have to actually get help if he had these two big villains. You know what I'm saying? Like in Black Panther 2, and then in Black Panther 1, you know, they only deal with Killmonger and they deal with pretty much on a human based level. And then Wakanda probably didn't ever understand that it was more powerful beings out there that they have to consider and worry about. But they ain't worried about it until they came against Thanos and see what Thanos did. So you know how Tony got prepared, try to get prepared for Thanos when he had that first interaction with Thanos. So you know Wakanda gonna get prepared for like a probably gonna try to get prepared on a status of Thanos. I mean, because that's the only interdimensional or whatever person that they actually dealt with on that level that they never dealt with on. But I'm really excited about Doctor Doom and Namor going to be in Black Panther. I hope it's come true. And then if that's to happen, Fantastic Four possibility would be coming in on Black Panther. But I'm not really sure how that will work, simply because a lot of the MCU movies, they actually make a lot of origin movies. They do a really great job of it. I mean, because you got Black Panther, Iron Man, Doctor Strange, Captain Marvel, all those single characters coming into effect. They actually origin stories. And we do need a great origin story for Fantastic Four. Let's face it here, because I mean, I like the Tim story, Fantastic Four, but a lot of fans don't even like those. And as far as my understanding, I don't even think Kevin Feige is actually considered them as part of the MCU. Because you got to actually think about in that Tim story movie, when they said that Galactus was coming to Fantastic Four, everybody was pretty excited that Fantastic Four Galactus was coming out. I don't know what they call that. That wasn't Galactus, a big ball looking, metallic looking thing with fire in there and stuff. That is not Galactus. I mean, I could see that would probably been his ship. When I first saw, I thought it was going to be his ship, but no, they were saying that was actually literally Galactus. I said, but it's right here. I can see why it didn't do so well. Yeah, it's true skill level. I mean, yeah, that was awful. Yeah, it really was, man. It really was. I was looking at that. I said, wow. I mean, goes, and one thing I know they've been reported. Oh, I always leave my mic down, but I was talking loud enough for you guys. That's hopefully. But let me get this right for you guys. Okay, there we go. But one thing that MCU definitely got to bring in is Galactus. They have to bring Galactus into the MCU in Phase 5. They can't hold him off no longer. I really want to see that Silver Surfer movie in it. Yes, I really want to see a Silver Surfer movie because True Skills. They supposedly was shooting that years ago when they was doing the Fantastic Four movies. If I remember correctly, that was like years ago. You know how long that was, but they actually supposed to have been shooting a solo movie of Silver Surfer. That's why he was introduced in that Fantastic Four that way. But I guess they decided to change their mind when they realized that the movie itself didn't do so well. I was like, wow, y'all could actually redeem yourself by actually coming out with a nice Silver Surfer movie, because people still will go see that. I mean, I think what they should do with a lot of these characters, like Silver Surfer, right? Bring that out, right? Bring that origin movie out, right? Then make a TV show. Just have a TV show. How about they have like a TV show going on Disney Plus for we won't have these multiple gaps in these movies for we can get like a continuation from these actually movies. Say like the end of Doctor Strange, right? They could have made like, say, until we got to Doctor Strange Multitude of Madness, right? Multiverse of Madness. We could have actually seen him actually training what he's doing until we get up to the movie, and then to the movie, then in the movie it just continue from that. I guess that's what they're doing when they're saying you have to watch the television shows to actually figure out what's going on with the movies now. You know what I'm saying? So that is like man True Skill was talking about that last night. We were saying that because he asked me, would pretty much be not exact words, but my understanding basically, like he was saying, would it be a good thing No, that wasn't you. I'm sorry, True. That was I think that was Joe Joker. I call him Joker because he got his icon as a Joker, but his name is Joe. But um he was saying that is it going to be a good thing for them? And I was basically saying I don't know if it's going to be a good. It could be potential be a good thing for Disney, and it could be a good potential bad thing for Disney because just think about it. A lot of people is unsubscribing from Disney Plus, right? Because they only was there for Mandalorian, and then Disney Plus don't even have a lot of stuff that they should already have, but they don't. So if someone don't have Disney Plus and they go to like say like they saying like WandaVision going to intertwine in with Doctor Strange Multitude of Madness. Now, if someone never don't have Disney Plus and don't watch this like TV, I mean well I guess Second Street Marvel, they forcing you to watch television in order for you to understand the movies. You have to actually watch the television shows, right? See what they doing to us? They is forcing us to do things that we don't want to do. You know what I'm saying? So say like someone don't watch TV like that. They only just go watch movies and stuff like that. So when they go watch Doctor Strange Multitude of Madness, they're gonna be lost. And that right there can actually kill the sales in the Marvel movies. Now, a lot of fans like ourselves, we probably pretty much done with Disney Plus because they really don't have, for dealing with Marvel. I mean, we pretty much almost saw everything they pretty much have on there. But we probably going to most likely still keep Disney Plus because we're going to pretty much wait for the shows. It is a marketing strategy to make money for Disney Plus. They are forcing movie goers to watch. Yeah, you're right. They are forcing movie goers. What up, Ham? You're proud, man. Must be proud of me. Proud, so proud. You talking to me, Ham? Like your parents must be so proud. If you're talking to me, yeah, my parents are very proud of me. Yes, they are. And I appreciate you actually pointing it out so I can actually be able to say that on live stream. Thank you. And Second Street Marvel, Fege is just trying to sell the service. Yeah, he is. He's trying to sell the service. Yeah, trying nice. That is yeah, they marketing it, trying to make that money, but it's a possibility that they can actually lose money by doing that strategy. I mean, because it's like a lot of people just unsubscribing because they just tired of what Disney is doing, I guess. I mean, I'm not gonna unsubscribe from them. I'm still gonna keep my Disney Plus because I try to keep on my Marvel stuff. I'm trying to keep up on my them TV shows when they come out. But yeah, it's a marketing strategy. Oh, so Ham saying why I'm dressed like a monkey. No, this is not a monkey, man. This is a wolf hat. See, this is a wolf hat, and this is wolf gloves right here. All right. So Second Street Marvel, a good writer must be able to fill in you whenever the yeah. For Second Street Marvel, you're right. They should be able to actually be able to a good writer be able to write it in there. They should be able to, and I totally agree with you that, and be able to cross over character properly. And I definitely appreciate you that. Appreciate you saying that. And yeah, I'd be pretty good on Netflix series too. A lot of them I actually go back and actually watch it over and over and over. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who this Ham guy is, but I am loving him. Thanks a lot, True. Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate that. And Will plays. Okay. Appreciate that, True Skills. Thanks for taking care of that, man. Thank you. And so yeah, oh, thanks there, Prime. I didn't see you say it. Thanks, Prime. Appreciate that, man. And so yeah, I think they should be able to actually write pretty much well enough to actually do a lot of crossovers with it. That because I mean that's what they get paid for. That's what they there for. They should have the understanding for to be able to write their crossovers and make it happen properly. That's why I like that's why DC, far as DC with their crossover, they do a lot of those crossovers really well. Is Peter Parker the particular? It's Peter Pork. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, that's pretty funny. I think he is spectacular spotty ham. I actually started reading one of the comics. I think one of his comics just came out, Peter Porky, like 2019, just recently, and I'm just about to start reading that. So, do anybody even like Peter Porky? Because I didn't. I mean, I know about Spider Man, but I didn't actually go in that type of reality with Spider Man. And then it actually came up that in multiverse, like the Spider Man multiverse. Yeah, Spider Man into the multiverse. That's when I seen Porky, Peter Porky, Peter Porker. I love the Netflix series. I am really interested in the WandaVision series. Yeah, I'm interested in the WandaVision series also. You can't ban Peter Porky. You can't ban Peter Porky. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. True. That is pretty funny. But yeah, so yeah, but yeah, WandaVision, I'm very excited about seeing. I timed him out. Thanks, guys, for taking care of that. Oh man. But yeah, I'm really excited to see the WandaVision. I'm excited to see the Moon Knight TV series. I'm also excited to see the She-Hulk. And I'm also excited to see Loki television show too, simply because it's gonna be hopefully it'll be dealing with a lot of Asgardian side of things instead of just every time we see Thor, that's when we see them dealing with Asgardians. So I like to see Loki and see if he's gonna do with a lot of Asgardian stuff. But I really think this is what Loki's probably going to do in his TV show. He's probably gonna go back to those certain times in his life and change them up. So it's a possibility that what's his name? Loki, he's gonna go back in time. Look, I hope they don't turn Loki into a good guy. I don't think they're gonna turn him into a good guy. I hope not too, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, if he do, that's great for me. But I mean, and great for everybody else too. But I really hope they actually keep him kind of like, I agree. I really kind of hoping they keep him as a bad guy right then, because I like to see what all the dirt and schemes that he was doing. That's why I hope they actually focus on something like that. You know what I'm saying? I hope they focus on something like what he was doing. But I do understand they most likely don't. It was the Tesseract that he had in the end game. It was the Tesseract that he escaped with. So that's the time gem. Correct? Yeah. So the time gem's actually inside the Tesseract. Yeah. Yeah. So Space Gem, whatever, one of those, he'd probably be a great character. So I got what you're saying. So okay, so he's a possibility he might be a great character, good and bad. You know what I'm saying? See, right there in the middle, a bad guy would be a good side to him. Yeah, it would be, because everybody know Loki as the bad guy, and then a lot of fans don't want Loki to be a good guy. They literally want Loki to continue to be Loki, the bad guy. I mean, you got to give it to what's his name, Tom Hiddleston. I think I don't know. Excuse me, I don't think I'm pronouncing his last name correctly, but he played a great Loki though, awesome Loki, and it's like it's really believable when you look at him. You think he's actually his Loki, from the actually comic books. That's really dope. So I'm hoping that they do that, and I think that what Loki would most likely would try to do, he'd probably actually try to go, because most likely they're going to date it and set it back at that time when he got arrested. So most likely Odin is still alive, right? So he probably go back with that and try to actually take the throne from Odin. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know what he may have tried to do. I can't remember if Odin's still alive. He might try to do something to Odin, because you remember how he used that trickery on Odin and had him go to that old folks home. He put that spell on him, and so he might have tried to do that again. But I'm not sure what angle they're gonna go with. But I am really interested to see how they would go with Loki, and I hope that they cover certain things that a gap between what Loki did in between these, how we can actually see how crafty and schemy he is. because he schemes a lot. I mean, because he's a bad guy. So he's trying to figure out how to do something. He tried to figure out how to take Thor down. Because everybody know, I love how they showed that how Loki was actually scared of Thor. You know what I'm saying? He was scared of nobody until Incredible Hulk, like, let him have it. So he's scared of Thor and Hulk. So I'm really hoping that they actually show more of the Asgardian side of things, show more of the Frost Giant side of things, or they can actually, that'd be really great. Or it was reported, I'm not sure that it's actually really happened, but it's like they were saying that they might possibility have a younger Loki, like a kid Loki. So I'm guessing from that, it's a possibility that we might see a little origin story within that. You know what I'm saying? Because we really haven't seen like a pretty much origin story in a sense of Thor or Loki or Odin. You know what I'm saying? We didn't see that kind of like that origin, how Thor became Thor. I mean, I know he came Thor because he was the son of Thor. I mean, son of Odin and Freya, but let's see how he became Thor. Let's see how he became into his power. Let's see how Loki became into his powers. How, because we know Freya, she the one trained Loki into his magic, his trickery and stuff. She the one trained him and all that. So I like to see more of that into Loki series, and it might, hopefully it'd be more magical in Loki series because it's Asgardian, and Loki done spoke many times in all these shows, all these movies about magic. So, and then they had a cameo with Doctor Strange and Thor, dealing with magic. I'm basically what I'm saying, where MCU do stuff, they set things up for us to actually try to figure out. So I'm guessing that it's going to be more magic dealing with Asgardians in that one, and we basically possibly will have witches in Loki, because the mother was saying, remember she was saying in Endgame that she was raised up by witches and stuff like that. So therefore, they had to be exposed to that type of magic dealing with witches. So it's witches right there on Asgard. So that's what I'm guessing and hoping that possibility that we will see more of that in Loki. That's what I'm guessing. And not sure they're gonna be right, but hey, we just talking. But and She-Hulk, me personally, I really, they said that it was a few people. I forgot that person's name. I forgot the actual name, that is possibility that they'll be considered for She-Hulk. But it's not the person that I want to see as She-Hulk. I think it was True Skills, and was that, I think it was True. No, it wasn't True. I'm sorry, I keep messing you up with people. True Skills, you know what I'm saying? But I think it was somebody in my I think it was Joe. Yeah. He said that yeah, so it was you. I was right this time. I exactly about to say that. That's what. So it was True Skills saying he won't Karen Washington. Just in case y'all don't know who that is, True. This for you, Second Street Marvel. I think Prime probably know who she is, but I know you don't watch television. But Karen Washington, you ever heard of the TV show called Scandal? That's what she played in. But if you haven't heard of that TV show, you've seen the old Fantastic Four movies, Tim Story version, and the African American lady was with Thing. That's who she is. That's Karen Washington. So, and that's one of the ladies that I Am True Skills and myself was talking about. And also you ever seen Vikings? I can never remember her name, but she played in the Vikings. She was the main wife at the beginning of the Viking show, and she, with the blonde hair and the older first son, she was the mother to that. But she was like a warrior queen. I think she should actually play She-Hulk if they don't get Carrie, because I think that, and then she's already played in Marvel movies, so she actually kind of like more familiarized with the Marvel material. So she might most likely, she probably want to get back into Marvel. And I know Gary, she was beautiful. Yeah, she is. She is a beautiful woman. Yeah, so I think that, and I think that'll actually play matter. I mean, if you think about it, the way they kind of like draws She-Hulk lately, or before then, she kind of have Carrie do kind of have more like the features, like the feature of the She-Hulk. You know what I'm saying? I mean, me personally, I think She-Hulk is beautiful. The character itself, I think is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? So, so I think with that She-Hulk, now I heard it could be a possibility that if they don't get the what's his name, Matt Murdock to represent Peter Parker, I'm hoping that they can get She-Hulk to represent him. So I know that was up in the air of like sometime last year. Everyone was talking who possibly going to actually be the lawyer for Peter Parker. A lot of people were saying Matt Murdock. That's how he's going to become back into the MCU. And I'm thinking a possibility that it could actually be She-Hulk, simply because it's confirmed that she actually be coming back to she coming to the MCU as She-Hulk, and she's a lawyer. You know, not on his side, she's Bruce Banner cousin, but she is a lawyer, and everybody know about superheroes in this reality. So I'm guessing that they might be bringing her there. It could be Howard the Duck. Howard the Duck. Oh yeah, Howard the Duck, because nobody's not mentioning or talking anything about Howard the Duck, but we do know that the MCU is actually going to be doing something with Howard the Duck, because remember, he's in Endgame. Howard the Duck is in Endgame. Just in case y'all, if most likely everyone in here probably already seen Howard the Duck, but just in case you haven't seen, okay, go back to the Endgame final scene, fight scene. It's almost final scene, fight scene, the big mass battle when it went down and took people out. And remember when Wasp, when she actually come up, okay, when she actually come up and become like standing, like grow tall, look directly to the right of her, and like look directly right of her, and kind of look downward like this. Don't look straight like this, because you might miss him because he's short. Kind of look down like this, and you actually see him because he got a big rifle, like some kind of like gun, and he walking like this and stuff like that. But yeah, he had 2 cameos. Actually, he had 3 cameos. Yeah, you're right. I can't remember. Yeah, he did have 3 cameos. One was a post credit, and I think the was all 2 of them. Well, 2 of them was post credits, right? And I know one of them, I think he was talking to the Collector. I think that was the post credits. And I think the other one special was like an Endgame. I can't barely remember the other one, but I know I remember seeing him 3 times by him bringing that up. That's actually awesome. So you know that they're going to be doing something with Howard the Duck. So they not, because think about it. Everybody was talking about Howard the Duck. Like, oh, Howard the Duck is in there. Howard the Duck is in there. Howard the Duck is in there. But Marvel never really say anything about Howard the Duck. I mean, but you know they'll say something about Moon Knight, She-Hulk, and all these other speculation that all these fans made. They made comments on them. So by people doing that, and then all of a sudden, Marvel will come out of the blue and hit people with something, because nobody didn't know he was in Guardians of the Galaxy. He was in Thor the Ragnarok. Okay, and Endgame. Okay, that's awesome. I just can't remember. That was a post credit in Ragnarok, right? But because think about it, nobody even really considered Moon Knight coming. Then all of a sudden, Moon Knight is actually here. See, what I'm guessing, but that was like kind of like nobody even really speculating with Moon Knight, because that was, I can't really use that as a good example because nobody really expected Moon Knight. But they're using Howard the Duck. I'm guessing what they're doing, reason why they put Howard the Duck in Guardians of the Galaxy, put him in Thor Ragnarok, and put him at Endgame, because they watching and see our reaction on it, you know, and everybody was excited about Howard the Duck. So I'm guessing Howard the Duck gonna be in somewhere in phase 5. He's gonna show up somewhere else. He's gonna show up something and give it probably like a year, 2 years, or probably a few months. Then all of a sudden, Marvel's talking about they come out with a movie called Howard the Duck. Watch. Nah, he was sitting in the bar with Bill. Oh snap! Okay, you know what? I gotta go watch that. I'm gonna watch that tonight. Then I'm gonna come back on tomorrow, do live chat. We won't talk about it, because I know he was in 3, like you were saying, but I don't remember that, and I definitely didn't remember him talking to Billy Ray Bill. You know what I'm saying? Ray Bill. I did not notice that. I don't remember it for anything because I watched all the movies. So I'm gonna go back and watch that. I appreciate you letting me know that. That's some good intel for me if I could go check that out. So he was in Thor, Goddess of the Galaxy, and Endgame. You got to know MCU is planning something to do with him. I don't know if he'll give him the solo movie. Now, don't get me wrong. They had a movie with Howard the Duck back in the day. I think it was George Lucas actually the one that directed the Howard the Duck back in the day. But they didn't say Marvel. They didn't say Marvel at all. So I'm like, oh, okay. So nobody know that was a Marvel comic book movie. They just thought it was basically like somebody just came up with a duck idea and just called him Howard the Duck. But comics fans knew who Howard the Duck was. They knew about the movie. And as far as I know, all the comic fans and stuff like that actually watched the Howard the Duck back in the movie back in the day, they loved the movie. So it's a possibility within its phase 5 somewhere that they're going to be actually popping up Howard the Duck original origin story. And but did you know I got some old Howard the Duck comic books. That dude came here. He came from his planet. He got stuck here. You know, I'm gonna go in tonight too. I'm gonna go try to watch the Howard the Duck movie too, for so we can, we can talk about that too if you want. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, that bring back memory. But he came here from his planet. He got stuck here. You know what I'm saying? But in the comic book, he got stuck here, and he actually ran for president. He didn't win it, not because he was a duck. He didn't win it because they hit him with some kind of like fake scandal. He was that they hit him with. They actually made a fake newspaper cover and actually put him like in like a tub with a woman or something like that with bubble baths and stuff like that. And I forgot who the woman was, but that was some kind of like major scandal, and that would pretty much end his career as becoming pursuing the president. And because she even said in the comic book, that wasn't me. I wasn't there, you know what I'm saying? And but he still lost because they got him good with that, you know what I'm saying? And I think that would actually be a really good movie to watch. But who will play Howard the Duck if they actually come out with that? Because we already know what's Ray Bill. We already know they said Kristen Bell gonna be playing him, right? So I hope he don't come with that Batman voice. I really hope he don't come with that Batman voice. Hope he come with another voice than that. I rather hear him in his own native tongue than actually hear them with that Batman voice. That was a terrible voice to me for Batman. That's just my take on that. I mean, like, come on, dude, really? Doing that just make my throat hurt. You know what I'm saying? So I know he had a condition that. So basically, who will talk for Howard the Duck? Now, it's probably go out on a limb with it, but it's a possibility that it might possibly could be Keanu Reeves just talking for him. Because think about it. Keanu Reeves is a great actor, cool guy, love his fans. But Keanu Reeves is huge. Keanu Reeves don't want to be tied down. And it's possibility, and they already said that they're going to be rebooting The Matrix. Most likely, Keanu Reeves going to be playing Neo again. You know, nobody is not going to want to see nobody else except Keanu Reeves. If they cast anybody else, only reason why that will actually be successful is Keanu Reeves have something to do with it, and he tell people he don't want to play that part because he feel like there should be someone else playing it. That'll be acceptable to the fans. But if you coming out with Matrix, the reboot of Matrix is like huge for everybody. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that was just huge when it came out. It was people literally buying 3 tickets: the opening show, the evening show, and the closing show. It was people literally buying that. They pretty much stayed at the movie theater the whole day just to go watch The Matrix. 1, they did that with 1. My understanding, they did that 1, 2, and 3. So Matrix is a huge franchise. You know what I'm saying? So I'm guessing he don't want to. He don't most likely gonna be in the Matrix, so he don't want to do all those be tied down like they like saying be tied down to one Marvel character, because they said that they actually presented a role to Keanu Reeves and he turned it down. He didn't want it. He said no. So I don't know what that may have been, why he didn't want it, but it's a possibility. The reason why he don't want that physical character, because he don't want to be tied down. Keanu Reeves want to go do Matrix. Keanu Reeves probably want to do another John Wick 4. I don't know if they even coming with that, but it's a great. It should. Hey, them John Wick series is off the chain. Keanu Reeves might want to go these different acting careers. These like different performance. But if he actually play Howard the Duck, all he have to do is just stand in a booth and just read, just like Van Diesel did when he did Groot. He just basically was in a booth. He didn't do. I mean, I think he actually did the dancing when that little baby Groot was doing all that. I think that looked like his style of dancing, the way he moved, because he used to be a dancer when he was small. He used to be like a breakdown dancer and whatnot. So, and he have a twin brother. Didn't know that too until a few years ago. But so he might just want to do that. So only he could do is just sit there and just read and voice act for Howard the Duck. And then he can go and shooting the Matrix. And then they can actually have him go to the booth, probably on the same set or not right around the corner, and go talk. I think true skill. I think I was the only person in the world that liked the Howard the Duck movie. Nah, dude, I love Howard the Duck. I love that movie, dude. I remember when I was small, I'm sitting there watching it. Every time it's like this is how much I love the Howard the Duck movie. Every time I think about watching Howard the Duck, this will happen. Watch Howard the Duck. Oh man, I gotta check out the Howard the Duck movie. That's what happened. I love Howard the Duck movie. George Lucas actually did a great job with that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he did a great job. I didn't, so would it be awesome though? Since it's a possibility if they're going to do a Howard the Duck movie, they might actually have George Lucas do it. Since George Lucas is actually pretty much, he's with Disney doing that, he's involved in that Mandalorian right now, but a lot of fans is begging him to come back and save Star Wars. And most likely he's going to do that, right? It's said to be the worst movie in history. That's what they say. But every time I see, or every time I ask someone about Howard the Duck, they say, yeah, that was a good movie. I mean, because they made it because it's more like a kind of like a kid feel. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't like that, like how now the comic book movies are. Of course, you know this, but it was more like a kid type feel with the movie. I thought it was actually really great how they did it in that type of format back then, because back in those days, the comics movies and comic TV shows wasn't really doing well in the movie. They really wasn't caring about it. They was saying it's sucking and all that. They really wasn't caring about that at all. So that's probably why they never said Marvel movie. And that's probably why even when Wesley Snipes did Blade, that's probably why they didn't present it as Marvel. You know what I'm saying? Because they had to buy the rights to it in order to use it. So that's the only thing I can see why they didn't put Marvel, because back in those days, let's face it here, the comic book, first, like the comic book industry really wasn't jumping off until Blade came back out, because until Blade came out with his movie, that gave people more interest to go find out Marvel movies. Then 2000, that's when it came out with the X-Men, which I am so glad that run is over. Now we can actually get real X-Men movies and TV shows. But they actually that's why X-Men did so well, because people got attracted to the Marvel movie simply because Blade came out. So I think that's the reason why people don't realize that Howard the Duck was a Marvel movie, and it's more, my understanding, the way it was flowing, that it's more presented as a kid movie instead of as a comic book movie, because people wasn't caring about comic books back in those days. I mean, because if you look at back in those days, a lot of us like read comics and everything like that, we would consider like kind of like outcasts and stuff like that. If people ask us, what do we read? And we say we read comic books, they looked at us like, well, you don't read then. They didn't consider comic books as reading material. They just thought it was just some kind of like book just for children. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably why a lot of people probably look at Howard the Duck and consider it as the worst movie in history, because they probably because a lot of people probably realize that it's supposed to be a Marvel movie. You know, supposed to Howard the Duck is Marvel, so they probably didn't actually look at it for a different angle. But if you actually go back and actually look at it how it's supposed to, for my understanding, as a kid, I have that kid on mindset, that the kid feeling while you're watching it. I guarantee a lot of people will enjoy it, because when I was a kid, I enjoy it. By me still having my memory of me kid watching it as a kid and enjoy it, I definitely have it now. But that's why I think Keanu Reeves possibly, but I do think they could actually probably hire George Lucas again. Since they saying the worst movie in history, I can guarantee you right now, since everyone that want George Lucas to come in and save Star Wars, I can guarantee you when George Lucas come and save Star Wars, which he is, he could pretty much direct pretty much anything, and fans will go watch his movies. Why? Because he is the man that helped and put his fans first and went back. I know it's his project, but it got something to do with him because it's his project. But he do know that the fans, ourselves, love. It's a specific way you're supposed to do the Star Wars. It's a specific way you're supposed to do the Force. You know what I'm saying? If you don't do it that Pacific way, fans, we are not going to consider that as Star Wars. You might have lightsabers. You might have supposed to be the Force. You might have all this other stuff supposed to be Star Wars. But if you don't have these basic Force, the lightsaber battles, all the stuff that you're supposed to have, if you mess any of that up, fans, is not going to like it. And they're not going to really consider that. Because I can guarantee you, when George Lucas completely confirmed that he actually, because I don't know if he completely confirmed about it, but when he actually completely confirmed that he actually a part of the Star Wars again, I can guarantee you that a lot of the fans gonna be so hyped with that they not gonna even consider the movies like Rise of the Skywalker. They probably consider Rogue One, maybe because I like Donnie Yen. I thought that was a really great one. But as far as like all those other Star Wars movies that wasn't directed by George Lucas, they're not gonna even consider them into the Star Wars reality. They're not gonna consider that. They basically, because look what happened with Kevin Feige with Netflix TV shows, Netflix Marvel shows. He don't even consider them in an MCU. So he just basically like Cloak and Dagger, The Runaways, Fourth Mountain, The Runaway, The Gift, Gifted, The Gifted. He don't consider none of those part of MCU. He basically pretty much said that was Jeff Loeb project, and they don't have nothing to do with us. So he got rid of that. So it's a possibility they might do that with Star Wars too. So like all the Star Wars that wasn't directed by George Lucas or start messing up the Force and everything, they probably would have just dismissed them like they probably put them in like limbo or something like that, a purgatory that just throw them away or something like that in a vault and never be looked at again or something. I don't know, but I can guarantee they ain't gonna actually do it, because that's not Disney. Disney's not gonna bring in a fold that had heavy bad things with it. But I did hear reports that Disney did fake numbers for Star Wars. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm not even, I'm like, wow, if Disney actually did that, why is Disney doing that? You know what I'm saying? It didn't make sense to me why Disney would fake the number for Skywalker. I mean, anytime they probably, they know the fans wasn't going to like it. Anytime J.J. Abrams kicked George Lucas out because he was trying to tell him the Force it's not supposed to do that way, not supposed to be done that way, and you actually still get mad and kick him out, most likely George Lucas can talk to the Bob Iger, can pretty much walk right up there and talk to him, because this is George Lucas. I mean, what major network that George Lucas can't walk up in and talk to any of the presidents up there? You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like impossible to me, but it's possible it could happen. But this is George Lucas here, especially especially when you're dealing with Star Wars. This is the creator of it. Everything. That's like with Stan Lee. When Stan Lee come in and talk about Marvel, who I can guarantee you Stan Lee could have walked in any major um produce studio and talked to any CEO, president of that studio, and talk to him and tell him like, nah, that shouldn't happen. Was a prime George Lucas should have never turned Star Wars. Yeah, he shouldn't have. I think when I first heard that deal that he sold the company for what it was $4.8 billion. First of all, I think maybe the franchise actually was really worth $4.8 billion, but I don't think it was because it was so huge. You know what I'm saying? When the first movie came out in the 70s or the 80s, I know it's around that time. It's been so long, I know. And it been a success when the very first movie came out. Star Wars been successful from all that time, even with the merchandise and everything. Because when the Star Wars first came out, and when I was growing up, Star Wars was there all the time. Everybody know who Star Wars are. I think that was a big mistake for him selling the Star Wars franchise because let's see, True Skill. I would love if George Lucas would direct Silver Surfer movie. Yeah, dude, especially he dealing with space. Okay, all about space. His whole creation is about space. So this is the man for space. I mean, even better, I know they probably wasn't talk about James Gunn because back in the day, I was thinking about James Gunn directing Silver Surfer movie as well, simply because he was Guardians of the Galaxy. He was dealing with the cosmic part of the comic book version. You know, he was dealing with that. So I was thinking James Gunn would be great if he directed the Silver Surfer movie. But now since True said George Lucas, I think that'll be a better fit because he's all about space. You know what I'm saying? And he already familiar already have a lot longer experience dealing with that type of platform than James Gunn. Now, what'll be even more tighter if James Gunn and George Lucas work together, you know, because you got George Lucas. I don't know how he is with comics. I don't know how George Lucas is with comics. So he might need that expertise with comics. And that's when James Gunn's come in. So James Gunn could be more expertly with the comics for floor of things. And then you got George Lucas, that is the man, the expert in the space travel, the spaceships and all that type of stuff. And he come in, bam. So you got best of both worlds right there. So that movie right there will be definitely a successful movie, especially if you have those two names to it, and especially George Lucas going to save Star Wars. And then James Gunn, I was so happy he was hired back. Now we got James Gunn that he's going to actually we're actually going to get a good Guardians of the Galaxy 3 because when they fired James Gunn, I was like, ooh. But I knew that was going to hire him back. I did a video that was soon, like years ago, when he was reported that he actually going to was fired by those tweets. I actually did a video about that, saying that they're going to do nothing but hire James Gunn back. Reason why? Because they were just waiting for everything to die down. Because this Disney, they have to do process, and at that point in time, Disney was getting more kids watching these movies and stuff like that. They was getting more traffic. Disney, even though force like the entertainment side of version, like force like comic book movies. Prime. I remember that video. Yeah. So. Yeah, thanks, man. So yeah, thanks, Brian. So because you're saying he remembered my video when I was talking about predicting him coming back, because think about it, he definitely gonna come. He was gonna come back because it's Disney, so Disney can't allow that to happen. So Disney had to make it public that they had to take action towards someone doing that. So that is the reason why they fired James Gunn. I guarantee some possibly happen like this. James Gunn come in. You want to see me, boss? Yeah, have a seat right there. Yeah. Now, James, I know that you actually did these tweets, and I know that you was really great with the Guardians of the Galaxy. You made us a lot of money, but this was gonna happen. Now, my boy over there in DC, yeah, they work together. Yeah, they work together. My boy over there in DC need a director the cast to shoot Suicide Squad. Okay, James. James was like, yeah, okay, what you need from me? So basically, what we're gonna have to do, we're gonna have to fire you right now. At least make it public that we fire you. And then you go to DC, and then we're gonna report that you're gonna be working on Suicide Squad. And then all the fans gonna be like, well, hey, Marvel just lost a great director. I mean, because what they're gonna do with Guardians of the Galaxy since James Gunn is fired, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna let you go over there to DC and you start directing Suicide Squad, and then we're gonna let the fans be worried and let it simmer in a little bit before we end up bringing you back to direct Guardians of the Galaxy. What you think about that, James? Oh, hey, whatever works, man. I'm working for you. It's probably something like that happened. I'm not really sure. That's just my speculation, but I mean, look how the way it flowed. He got fired. He went to DC. He started shooting, directing Suicide Squad. A few months later, Disney rehired James Gunn. Now, Guardians of the Galaxy he's gonna be directing Guardians of the Galaxy 3 after he finished directing Suicide Squad. It's all marketing, baby. It's all marketing. It's just like we were saying earlier. It's all marketing. And I mean, ain't like nobody hating. I mean, if they didn't do stuff like that, what we have videos to report on? Why we having these live chat and be all like in a heated discussion talking about that? I mean, because we just love it. We just love what we do, right? So, but I mean, I'm not hating off of it, but so I mean, that's just business. That's just the way the business work. I'm just happy that we got able to actually see great things like that. But like I say, George Lucas would be a great director for Silver Surfer. Yes, he will. And then like I was saying, it'd be nice if both of them connect, like James Gunn and George Lucas, because you bringing all the Star Wars fans in, then you bringing all the James Gunn fans, Guardians of the Galaxy. Did anyone of y'all see Burn? I think it's Burn Bright Burn about the evil Superman version in different reality. About it, he was a kid. I think it was Brightburn. I think James Gunn and his brothers there was like executive producers of it, so they had something to do with this Brightburn. So just in case y'all don't know what it is, basically it's actually a pretty good movie. It basically is a kid that actually came from outer space, pretty much similar to how Superman's story actually is, but it's like in a different reality. So he come down, boom, but he's different in a way, but the mother and the father actually went over there and actually got him out of the woods. Yeah, it was really good. Yeah, the I'm True Scale. Yeah, he's saying it was really good. So it was really good. And so he went over there, but his ship landed in a forest type, like woods or something, like a forest type thing around their area, the home, like how Clark, when his ship came down, it's like made a crater in the ground and stuff. They had to go down there and get them and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? But here, it was like the ship was there and it opened up. She grabbed them and everything like that. And he was raised up by his mom and father, right? But all of a sudden, at a certain part of the movie, he actually started listening about something kept talking to him, like destroy the world, like kill everybody. They kept talking to him that way. And then they come and find out he had powers like Superman. He can shoot lasers out of his eyes. He can fly. He's really strong because he's actually started developing his powers. But when he actually started becoming into how he actually is, he started not caring about things he should care about. But he still has some care for his father and his mother until his father tried to put a bullet in his head. And then he was like, oh, no, he didn't. Because you could tell the way when he shot him in the head, the way he did, like he was surprised and hurt a little bit that his father would do that to him. But you killing people, kid. And your father is literally scared of you because you are doing things. You can't be stopped, for us, you can't be stopped because they didn't show anything in there that he cannot be stopped. Yet he did his ship. So his ship can cut him. his ship that he came down to Earth with can actually kill him, but his mama tried to do it, but she ended up failing big time. I mean, she ended up failing big time. So he know the ship can kill him. If he get rid of that ship, that nobody never discovered that ship, he basically nothing in that reality of Earth, on that Earth of that reality of Earth, that no one could stop him at all. So he's pretty much invulnerable. He pretty much could do anything, and he basically going to actually rule the world. That's basically what they tell him to do: rule the world, pretty much kill everybody, rule the world. And he's basically unstoppable right now. And it basically is a different version of Batman. Not Batman, Superman, if Superman wasn't raised properly. Because let's face it here, the reason why Superman came out to be great, how great he actually is simply because his parents. He had great parents. Now, through like anybody else in the comic universe that had great parents, he's the only one that I noticed that had great parents that actually told him and showed him the right way of doing things. That's why I love the Jonathan and Martha Clark, because those right there, to me, not only Superman was a superhero to me, but look at the real superhero is his parents. Those people are the real superheroes. You just don't imagine if they had some of the strength that Superman had. That mean they could roll with Superman. They could have got a lot more good done. But this real superheroes is his parents, But what else we got? Bitter Ray Bill. I know a lot of fans was actually pissed off at because Storm actually got, not Storm, but Thor actually got the Stormbreaker, because everybody know the Stormbreaker belongs to Ray Bill, right? So when they bring him in, what kind of weapon will Bitter Ray Bill have? Would he get the Stormbreaker from Thor, or do he already have a weapon? Do he already have a similar hammer? That he was able to actually go to what it was with a big where Thor got the Stormbreaker. Well, he's able to actually go there first and actually get his Stormbreaker. You can't really actually figure out what's going on with MCU. It's simply because the MCU changed so much. So you got to basically kind of like based off the MCU version. That's basically what I'm actually kind of doing. So instead of actually reading the comics and try to figure out through the comics, I go to the MCU website and read the stories on them and try to figure out what's going on with what their next step going to be. Because if you constantly base it off the comics, you're never going to figure it out. You always going to be left in the past with them because they changed the whole story. So that's the reason why I be looking at the MCU, and I look at the comics too. You got to look at the comics because you got to see what such difference that the comic books have, and then what they did with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, So we'll see. So that's what I pretty much do. And so what do y'all even think about? What y'all think about the new Batman? Y'all think the new Batman will be pretty good? I kind of trying to figure out. I seen some pictures of when he was on the set of Batman. He's like the guy, I forgot his name. I never remember his name, but he's on a motorcycle, and I guess, and then they had like a scene, like a picture of some police officers in Gotham pointing that way, like they pointing at something, but then they also had a scenes with Batman's actually on a bike, but he's not in his Batman gear yet. He's still like kind of like civilian gear. He looks like he's covering his face. So what are they actually going to do with this Batman movie? Is they actually going to do a whole big reboot? They're going to actually make this our origin story? Because me personally, I would like to see this. When you do a reboot with Batman, do an origin story, I would like to actually see Batman as a little kid until he get killed. Until his parents get shot by Joker. And then, I guess they did that with Gotham. What I'm talking about. If I'd watched Gotham, I'd realize that. So I guess they really don't need to do that because the Gotham was an origin story to Batman. but I wish they'd have kept going. I guess that's probably why they didn't keep going with the show, because they already knew that they're going to do a reboot for the Batman TV series. I mean, Batman movies. So that's probably why they didn't actually do the Gotham. But it would have been smart if they'd continue with Gotham and actually have him kind of like grow up until the Batman movie come out. You know, have like the last season of Batman. He actually to the point that he actually became Batman, and then they could actually bring it out to the movie if they could have actually planned that out better. Now, one thing, because I'm a huge Batman fan. Now, one thing I would love to actually have them do, but I don't know if they would actually do this with any like the Batman TV series. You come out with a Batman TV series. You know how like they came out with the Green Arrow. You come out with a Batman TV series, but it's not like the same continuation as the same like the first season is. You know, the first season is a continuation from the second season and stuff like that. No, don't have it like that. Because I was watching in DC Universe, I was watching all these different multiple Batman animation movies. Use those stories or each of those Batman stories and making them into TV shows, like how they did American Horror Story. You know how you got American Horror Story that you can watch each. You don't have to watch each season in order or to keep up what's going on. Each season is something different, but it's pretty much the same characters is playing in there. But it's each something, same people's playing there. But each show is each season is different, so you won't be confused. But in this, just use that same format the way American Horror Story is using to a limit. It's the reason why I'm saying that, because Batman, the person that he cast for Batman to shoot this television show series, is that the same Batman. He's pretty much the same character, but okay, say like right now, one of the Batmans I was watching, you know, you got Batman in Gotham. Okay, you got Batman in Gotham. Boom, 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 boom. Today's time. Then the other Batman movie I seen, Batman was also in Gotham, but he was around the time when Jack the Ripper was around. You know, so he was around that time. So it was what, the early 1900s. So that's when that was happening. So what about the first Batman series? It'd be about today's Gotham. Batman's fighting. Just write the 12 episodes or 8 episodes just for that story there and complete that story. And then the next season, you have him back in the early 1900s. So he using different gadget. He using different knowledge and stuff that he know back then. And then the next season could actually be the Batman is actually in the future of Gotham. You see what I'm saying? So they can actually make different seasons of different Batman, and you don't have to watch them all the same. You don't have to watch the whole entire season or to be caught up on everything. It's because some people might want the second season could be Batman, Jack the Ripper. You know what I'm saying? Cause just say so. Person say, hey, you see now Batman series just have like a major like how they got American Horror Story. You just have like a story, like a title that basically defines all the other series, like the Batmans. I mean, it would be a better title, but I'm just saying the Batman. So each one of those series is different. That'd be dope. That's what I think. But I don't know. That's just something I shot out there in my head. So it could possibly well be pretty good, I would hope. And then they just have the same Batman. He just got to play the different roles. Say like he playing the Batman in today's Gotham. So when he go play the Batman in 1900, he actually have to actually act like he's in the 1900. You know, you're supposed to do that. And then when you go in the future, he's supposed to actually act like he's in the future type Batman. Talk like how they talk like in the future, how they talk back in the past and all that stuff like that. So get someone that actually have the great acting ability, which I think is Scott Atkins. I think he would be a great Batman, which I've said before. He actually auditioned for the Batman role, but they actually gave him to someone else. But I think he actually play a great Batman, and I think he actually can actually change different characters, you know, because he have a whole portfolio of movies up on his belt. Mini guys 22. Are you trying to be a werewolf? You can't try to be a werewolf because werewolves doesn't exist. I'm being me, fenrirmoon. So yeah, I'm not trying to be a werewolf. So hey, how you doing though? Thanks for that, joining the chat. And so yeah, so that is how I think the Batman series could be happening. So I know the Wonder Woman is supposed to be coming out. I don't know if the wait a second. Sure, bro. Hello from upstate New York. Oh, you from upstate New York? All right, what's up, man? How's it going? All right, we got another New Yorker up in here. So we just here basically just talking about we talk about comics, and we pretty much talk about anything you want to talk about. So if you put anything in the chat that you want to talk about, we'll talk about that. It don't even matter. We just having fun right now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So, but I'm glad do you even like my gear? You know what I'm saying? I'm just joking. I mean, wait, do what we do, right? So, yeah. So I think that would actually be a pretty good thing to do a Batman TV series that way. I mean, because we really never, besides Gotham, we really never really have a great Batman series. Back in the day, like a few years ago, they were actually going to make an Aquaman TV series. They actually made the pilot for it and everything. The guy was actually playing Aquaman. Remember in Smallville, the guy actually in Smallville that actually played Green Arrow. Well, he actually was Aquaman in the TV show pilot they made back. I think it was like somewhere in the mid 2000s, because they have what's his name, Big Rames. He was basically an Atlantean that was sent up by his father to actually bring Aquaman back. I can't remember Aquaman's name, but bring Aquaman back to Atlantis, and then they actually sent some creatures up there to try to actually take out Aquaman, but Van Rames there to protect him. And the scenery they was actually in Hawaii. So I was like, oh man, so that was actually pretty great. You know what I'm saying? So, but they changed their mind and made it into a TV movie. So they said, no, it's not going to be a pilot. It's actually going to be a TV movie. And it was actually pretty good. You probably can find it on Hulu, Aquaman TV show. I think in like the early 1900s. I mean, mid 2000. Let me see if I can actually find it for you guys. But that was actually pretty good show. I actually thought it was actually pretty good show. I enjoyed it. I mean, it was just a pilot, but it is what it is, right? Give me 1 second. I'm trying to find that for you. You can see Aquaman TV show. Okay, so they said it was an Aquaman fantasy thriller for 42 minutes. Okay, right here is on Wiki. They saying it was a pilot, and it came out. Where's the date? It came out in 2006. 2006. Okay, it was expected on fall schedule in 2006. Okay, and it was actually merged on like, remember UPN? I don't know if UPN still exists, but it was like Warner Brothers and UPN, that result in CW Network. And because CW Network opted not to buy the series, that's probably why they passed on the TV show. So if CW would have picked up Aquaman, would have actually been had an Aquaman television show, and they said that was actually related shows. So they was actually basing that show off Smallville. So they actually basically could have had a crossover eventually with Aquaman and Smallville, but decided not to actually do it because CW didn't buy the right, didn't want to pick up the show. And that was pretty a downfall because I actually kind of liked that show. That show was actually pretty good. Sad. But yeah, okay. Okay, that's what they did. So they made UPN into CW now. Okay, so when they did that merger, they decided not to pick up the show. I guess they had to do some cutbacks, and I guess that the one got the back cut, right? So Wow, because CW do some of the greatest show. Did everybody know that Netflix supposed to be bringing in the Arrowverse, and they supposed to be actually renewing Batwoman too, which I thought was pretty awesome. That's why I'm still glad I got my Netflix, because Netflix be doing it. What do y'all think about Batwoman? I know a lot of people, I was hearing that they really didn't like Batwoman. They said the story was not written well, and it seemed like they felt like it was forced. Now, a little bit I had watched with Batwoman. I'm not saying I watched the whole series, because I didn't, because I've been trying to do other stuff, watch other things. But I kind of liked it. I liked the way the show was going. I liked what it was doing. I like the diversity it had in the show. Oh, Ruby. Oh, she can't act. Yeah. I heard that too, that she's not really acting that well in there, but it's me. I can't pretty much say that condemn a show because because a person can't really act right then, because they might haven't actually filled out the character how they want to actually pretty much go, how they want to fill out the character that well. And then you got to think like Ruby, this pretty much one of her like major roles. I mean, I first saw Ruby in Orange and the New Black. Okay, she's pretty much almost kind of like acting almost the same as that. I mean, the girl can act. I mean, it's not like the way she act on Batwoman, it's not like she acted the same way on like Orange and the New Black or John Wick. But I'm guessing, she basically, like, because look at certain like TV shows that had a long run on, like I don't like how she took Batman tech, but don't want to be identified with it. Yeah. Yeah, I feel where you're coming from. I just like, if that's what you pretty much base your whole persona on is Batman and his gears and his tech and all that stuff, you should be identifying yourself with him. Like I said, I haven't seen the whole entire show. So is it that reason why she don't want to be associated with Batman because who her father is? And if she found herself associated with Batman and somehow maybe Batman's going after her father for some type of reason, but I really don't know what possibly could be going on. And like I said, I got to go and watch the show all over again. I mean, I didn't watch everything, but like I was saying, like with when the actors are actually acting, I actually at least give them like a season, because I actually feel like at that time they actually discovering the character. I mean, because you gotta understand, a lot of these people that they're not like seasoned actors like Denzel Washington. Because Denzel Washington can pretty much go on a set, like Will Smith can pretty much go on a set and and just know what to do. Know how to act, know what kind of character doing. And then you got to understand, it's a possibility the director, they might have had it like really terrible directors too, because that actually play a fact. I mean, because you got to think about it. Like we done seen a lot of these big actors, like say like Johnny Depp and all those big type actors that we know that actually can act, that actually can put his act, they very believable. Like, that's who they are. They playing that character, method actors and stuff like that. But they come to a movie and then like, or a TV show, like, you know what? They really did suck. You know what I'm saying? They really did suck. Like The Tourist, Johnny Depp and Angelina Jolie. That movie should have been very, very successful, but it wasn't, because people really wasn't feeling they acting, right? So I think some of that got to be deal with. I think some of that got to be, it's most likely it's probably from the directors, because the director is telling them how to play the role. And then again, it could be the director, and also it could be because she's not a seasoned actor. I mean, because like I'm saying, this is like her first major role that everything is on her. And like I'm saying, I usually give, if they do make it to a second season, I usually see then, because at that time they should be able to actually identify the character. They should be able to actually at least act better have some understanding how the character flow and actually be better in the second season. Now, the first season, I really don't really hold the actors to the first season. It's simply be like, especially like actors not really well known. This is like their first big bam, because they got to get used to the role. They got to actually understand the character. They got to understand this. It's a lot of things go into these acting performance. See, a lot of people, like, the reason why I know it a little bit, because I was, at a point in time I was working on The Wire and all that stuff like that. But a lot of people don't understand, like, a lot of those acting performance is really, really complicated. It can get really complicated because this certain scene, say like because the scene that I shot on The Wire, it took to y'all, when y'all actually see the scene, it took about like 4 or 5 minutes to watch, but it took us 15 hours just to shoot that one scene. And then you got to have that same emotion, that same intensity, that full 15 hours you shooting. Just like so it, and then you got true skill. Acting is a skill everyone doesn't have. Yeah, you're right. Acting is a skill that everyone doesn't have. And and that's just where it is. Sadly, that's just what it is. It's just, but I do, it's not, but I do actually respect the people that actually go out and go and do things that they're not talented in. Okay, like, you're not a good actor, but that's not going to stop you to actually go out there and try to be a good actor. You know what I'm saying? That's where I just see it. Because that's where I see it. Because in the Hollywood business, like in the movie business, it is very complicated when you come to acting. It's very complicated when you're shooting. Because you got, like, you probably go like that 15 hours a day. Yes, you break. You get like a 15-minute break. That's on a TV show. You get like a 15-minute break, and then you get like an hour lunch, and then you get about like another break. But the good majority of that 15 hours, you are acting. And you're not acting the same way. You have to act the way that director tell you to act. Especially if you ain't like on the Tom Cruise level, that you can produce your own movies and you can do your own thing. You tell the director where you want things shot. But if you don't have that type of power, you got to actually listen what the director tell you. And now, when I was on The Wire shooting that episode, they had me do multiple things within that 15 hours. When you see the scene I'm in, you actually see me just standing up and slam the chair down and walk out the door because I got upset because what Method Man was saying. They had me do that scene I don't know how many times. And when I first got there, I wasn't originally shooting that way. I was basically just standing right there, just going like this, going like that, like, and then the director said, you know what? I want that guy right there to actually throw the chair down and he walk off, especially when Method Man, he's playing cheese. When he get up and he get ready to leave, you get up at the same time and you pissed off. Okay. That's what I want you to do. So that right there gave me, I had to go through another way of motion. The madness was there, but I had to take it up another level in order to portray the character right. And that can get really tiresome on your physical body, because you got to go through all these emotions and all that. That can get really strange with, I don't know how to say that word, but really tiresome on that. But don't get me wrong, but acting, playing these different roles and stuff like that is really a great job. You know what I'm saying? If you into that, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people just not into that. It's like me, I love like interacting with people. You know what I'm saying? I'm not an actor. I'm not a good actor. And even when I was acting, I wasn't really great at it. You know what I'm saying? Only thing, I can make a mad face. You know what I'm saying? But I really wasn't great at it. You know what I'm saying? But you were on The Wire? Yeah, I was on The Wire. I actually did a video about it. I was on The Wire. I was actually in The Wire, like acting in there for like 2 episodes. But other than that, I just pretty much worked on The Wire. Yeah. So because it was like right there in like Baltimore right now. So yeah, so that's The Wire was actually really good. One thing about The Wire, okay, you remember? We were so upset that Sheeta Dixon, the mayor, because actually in The Wire, you remember the Caucasian guy? Because each one of those characters was being played, they were actually real people. The Wire was basically set up actually off a real operation. What's his name? I think it was Ed Burns. And I think it was Ed Burns. He was one of the creators of it. And he was actually a police officer in Baltimore. And they was actually going after Avon Barstow. He actually a real person. And the person that Springer Bell played in, like Idris Elba played Springer Bell, that was a real person. You know what I'm saying? They actually had some of the real people that they based the show off of. They actually had them actually in the show. Now, it was one point in time, it's like one of the guys, he was an older gentleman, a tall gentleman, older African-American with a bald head. And he was sitting in like a restaurant and he was eating like a crab cake. I forgot what season it was, but if you ever watch The Wire again, or if you ever start watching The Wire, remember that I think they called him Melvin. His name is Melvin. He literally was a gangster like that. They actually got his, you can look his documentary on YouTube, but he literally was a gangster at that time they was doing all that. And there was another gangster that was actually when Method Man was killed, when they shot him in his head. It was one of the old African-American guys was like, you idiot, you cost us money. He was one of the gangsters that they caught back in the day, what Wire is actually based off of. And the guy that actually Idris Elba played, Springer Bell, he was a real guy, and he actually had two guns. He had two guns. You know how Springer Bell really didn't have no guns like that, but he had two guns, and he would literally shoot, boom, 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 shoot up the streets and everything. And now Omar Barksdale, I don't know why I said Omar Barksdale, but now Omar, I don't think he actually really existed. I don't think it's something for as my understanding, my knowledge going back, he never really existed. I don't think it was nobody just going around like all the drug dealers and stuff like that scared of him. I don't think that ever would actually happen. Now, as far as the bodies has been up in the building and stuff like that, and like because over there in Baltimore we call them, they supposed to be called townhomes, but we call them row homes. Okay, we call them row homes. So you know how they in The Wire that they had the boards built up and they took the boards down and they threw the bodies in there. They threw baby powder in there. Then it like boom, 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 boom. How Snoop went to Home Depot, got the gun, boom, boom, and all that. All that stuff there. All that stuff happened. All of that stuff happened. Dead bodies in there. All that stuff happened. That was The Wire. Yeah, I live in Baltimore for a few years. Oh, okay. So you know what I'm talking about then? Is we had like the rival between New York and Baltimore with like a New York guy was down there in the Baltimore corner. The Baltimore guy would actually take him out if a Baltimore guy, because we was doing it like Baltimore, New York was come down. The New York people would come down to Baltimore trying to sell their stuff, and like Baltimore take them out, and then Baltimore take their butt up to New York. Same thing what happened to them. It was like a continued battle for corners and stuff like that, you know. So and all that stuff is real. It was one. Okay, you know how like you have a concert, but like a park, like you're in like an open park. I never had HBO, so I never got to see The Wire. I saw a clip with show on YouTube once. Yeah. Do you have Amazon Prime? That's kind of funny, right? But if you have Amazon Prime, on The Wire television show is on there. You can go check it out. For us, I remember they have like Wire's episodes on Prime, so you should be able to check that out, Prime. But yeah, you know how like you're in a park and like a concert park, and you have like big old concert stage. Well, I think it was kind of like over there where I don't want to say Drew Hill, but I think Drew Hill Park was somewhere. Yeah, Drew Hill Park was in a different area. Oh, just in case, a quick knowledge. You remember the group Drew Hill with Cisco, Jazz, Woody, you know, Nokia and all that, and they named Drew Hill. They actually got their name from Drew Hill Park in Baltimore. That's where they got their name from. You know, and I asked, do you have to add HBO to Prime to watch it? No. It just, no, you don't have to add HBO. It's just pretty much on Prime. You just go in there and type in The Wire, and it should put them up. Now, keep in mind, last time I saw that on Prime, that you could watch for free. I mean, because you're paying for Prime. But keep in mind, they might take it down because some of them, like season 1, you might be able to watch. Then you go try to watch season 2, you have to pay for it. Amazon Prime is weird like that for some reason. But yeah, just go check it out. So they're like in the park, right? And you got the big stage park, the big stage. Up under the stage was packed for the dead bodies. I mean, seriously. So they were actually taking the stage apart, putting people in there, then putting the thing back there. And you know how many parks, I mean, people go there to the parks and have a great time, you know, go to the concerts and stuff. And that was happening. That's probably why, because we was actually, but even though when you watch The Wire, a lot of stuff that actually went in The Wire was still watered down heavily, because like, especially when the scene I was in, and I forgot his name, Marlo. I think his name was Marlo, but he was played by Jamie Hector. His name Marlo, and he was saying that he raising the bounty up. Basically, he raising the price up. It's basically like he raising the price on the bricks and everything. And he was like the head man of everything. But I was playing like I'm a drug lord, and all the people around that whole table, it called a co-op. We called it a co-op. And the whole entire table, all those people there have their own corners that they work on. They the head of those old corners. And Marlo, played by Jamie Hector, he's supposed to be, so he done got so much power that everybody, even though they own their own corner, they kind of like up under him. Because he the one called the meeting. By him calling the meeting, we had to go there and see what he had to say. And basically he was saying he raising the bounty on the bricks and stuff like that. So, and everybody got mad and said, man, this is bull and all that, and walked out. Real reality, it wouldn't have never went down like that. People would have pulled out guns. I don't think, it'd been a lot of pow, 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 pow. Nah, that ain't gonna happen, you know what I'm saying? But it's kind of like watered down. So some of the things, a lot of things, if I ever got into acting, I would want to play King the Conqueror. Oh yeah, King the Conqueror. I mean, you can't play King the Conqueror, man. I mean, you have a YouTube video, right? All you got to do is get some King Conqueror. I mean, go to the comic book, right? Go to the comic book. Pick up some of the lines in King the Conqueror, right? You know what I'm saying? Make yourself up as King the Conqueror. You know what I'm saying? And act that thing out. And post that thing, man. You already is an actor. You know why you always an actor? Because you're already doing content. You see what I'm saying? Thanks for letting me know, Prime. Thanks for letting me know about the Amazon Prime. I'm starting it now. Oh, cool. I'm glad I was able to help you out, man. Appreciate that. Nah, man. Nah, dude. Hey, you already acting, man. It's like, dude, I know you probably saying to yourself, nah, man, I ain't no act. I want to be it, but I don't want to do it. But you already making content. So right now, you as an actor, I mean, you're an actor, dude. You, unless you don't want to actually be. Now, I know it's different. Some people don't want to actually be on the screen itself. Some people want to stay off the screen, and some people just want to read stuff, which is great. I mean, you're a voice actor. You're a voice actor. I don't have the crimson. Yes, you do, man. You got it. You got it, man. Trust me, you got it. So if I believe in you, you should believe in yourself, man, because I know you can do it, man. Because if you don't want to do it for us, like dress up like the way I'm doing, if you don't want to do it that way and you just want to be a voice actor as King the Conqueror. make a video, or you reading, or you describe, or basically you make your own script of Kang the Conqueror, and you act that out, and you put like pictures there. You know what I'm saying? Like if you can get Kang the Conqueror just standing right there looking at people, you can actually have Kang the Conqueror standing right there on the picture on your screen, and you actually talking to us, but you're using your voice actor ability, using you talking. You know, you have charisma. If you don't like, if you think you don't have charisma towards us, like the way I'm doing now, if you don't have charisma that way, you have charisma in the way you talk. You see what I'm saying? Everybody love that New York accent. You know what I'm saying? I mean, every time I came across someone, they was like, yeah, dude, the way they speak in New York is be off the chain. I mean, y'all have such a unique way. I love the way New York speak. You know what I'm saying? You can actually make a Kang the Conqueror, but do your own flavor by using the New York flavor, dog. You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? You can do it. You have my support. I mean, if you do the video, you know what? Let's do this. If you do a video with Kang the Conqueror, I would do a video acting. You just let me know what character you want me to act, and I would try to act like that person. So to help motivate you, I would do that too. Thanks for the vote of confidence. Hey man, I'm just here to help you, know what I'm saying? But hey, if you act, if you want to do it, we'll do it. You know what I do? We can both. This is what I can do when I actually get this screen lab thing situated. What I do, we can actually both go live screen, and you could be Kang the Conqueror, and I could be some other character, and we could basically be acting the characters out, and then we just end the live stream after that and see what people think about that. You don't have to show your face. You could just be talking. That's up to you. As I was just letting you know, I'm down. I'm down with it. But yeah, that if you actually pursue it, Kang the Conqueror actually would be a great character to play. So who do y'all think possibly could play Kang the Conqueror? Because I know there's a lot of people still up in the air, and that's another thing that possibly going to hit us pretty hard is with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, is that Kristen Bell is actually joining the Marvel Cinematic Universe, right? You have joined. Kristen Bell is a big iconic actor. He was big with Batman. He's going to be pretty much big with playing Ray Bill. Most likely, I think the Russo brothers, you know what's happening? I think the Russo brothers love Ray Bill, right? So I'm guessing when they introduce Ray Bill into the cinematic universe, they're going to actually be doing a solo movie. They might actually have that solo movie in the works simply because Russo brothers actually pretty much share their emotion, how they feel about Ray Bill, and they actually love Ray Bill. They want to actually bring Ray Bill to the MCU. So I'm guessing if we don't see Ray Bill like heavy in Thor, we're probably going to see him on a post credit, and they probably going to set it up to get a Billy Ray Bill solo movie. So I call that, just in case that does happen. Remember, people, we call that. You know, so yeah. So wait a second. They have to bring Bill in Love and Thunder. Thor had 2 hammers. Oh, so Thor have actually Thor gonna actually have 2 hammers in Love and Thunder? That's what they doing? Because I don't know too much about Love and Thunder right now, but because I know in Endgame that hammer, that Mjolnir, it was actually taken back to the other Thor back in the past. So I don't know, is they going to actually have him? It will have to make sense, but how would they be able to get that hammer without taking it from the past Thor? Oh, he said, "Oh, I made a mistake." True. Oh, okay, it's cool, man. It's cool. I mean, I thought, hey, you see, my brain was like, hey, I'm trying to figure this out too, because you could be on to something. Like I say, these theories and things that we talking about, it's not nobody can say we wrong for saying that, because it's all theories. Yeah, Thor only have the Stormbreaker, but that do make a good question, because I was actually saying that because Stormbreaker is supposed to be Billy Ray, Billy Ray, right? It's supposed to be his Stormbreaker is supposed to be his hammer, but Thor have it. So how in the world Billy Ray gonna be able to have his Stormbreaker unless he already had it made before Thanos decimated that blacksmith star place, and then he was able to get it then. But I don't know how they'll be able to do that, or unless they do it this way, since they know the timeline is so messed up, they might be able to actually bring Billy Ray from another timeline. They could actually had that in the works. Actually, that Billy Ray that we saw in Ragnarok, he actually could be from another time because the way how they set up everything. So they was already planning how to actually go into the multitude of madness, these different realities and everything. They've been planning this for like 10 years or over 10 years. So Billy Ray might actually be from another timeline. Now, another one, you remember on the Ragnarok, how they had the skulls and stuff? You had the Billy Ray joint guy. Then you have another guy right there that had kind of like a helmet, like a Trojan helmet. I can't remember his name, but he's like a character in there. He played in. They based the character off the guy that Brad Pitt paid in Troy. Calicides, I can't pronounce his name. I think that is the guy, that other statue head. I think that is the guy right there, and I think they're possibly going to be introducing him into the MCU soon, because that's how they did with Billy Ray Bill. They showed his head. Now later, look what's happening. We got Billy Ray Bill about to show up in Thor. Now I'm guessing Calicides. I can never pronounce his name, but it's basically the guy that Brad Pitt played in Troy, and he was really powerful until he got shot through his Achilles. Well, I guess I should have continued explaining the story for y'all to understand what I'm talking about. Then I would actually came up with it. I realized what his name was, Achilles. So I think the Achilles was that other face on the Thor Ragnarok. You got Billy Ray Bill, and then you got Achilles. Now that other double-headed creature thing right there, I don't know who that may be. But yeah, so and it was looking that Billy Ray, that's probably why he was in Thor the Ragnarok, because he was a gladiator, but he was a champion. So each one of those faces up there is champions of that casino. I mean, not casino, of that fighting arena. So Billy Ray Bill already been there and was a champion. And I guess he was free to go, or he just stayed there and continued to do it. Because remember when Incredible Hulk was there, they actually have his face down here. Billy Ray, Achilles, and I don't know who the double head guy is. You know what I'm saying? So he probably pop up soon too. So I'm guessing they probably gonna do something with Achilles soon, and they might actually have him in the Billy Ray Bill movie. But I think he possibly can be a post credit. It's possibly. Do you think is a possibility that Thor might actually die in Love and Thunder? They might have Thor die, and that's probably why Jane Foster's actually coming in. They probably going with that storyline. And if that's the case, that's probably how Billy Ray would actually get his Stormbreaker. He probably actually get it from Thor, because they changed up the stories a lot. So I'm guessing he probably fall in love with Jane Foster again. But would it be awesome? I don't know if they'll do it, but would it be awesome if they had Gamora, right? And Jane Foster. But no, that won't happen, because that Gamora, that won't happen. She true skill, she may take the manner of Thor. Yeah, she may. She may take the manner of Thor. Yeah, but I'm guessing it's a possibility that Thor might dies in this, and she take up the manner of Thor, and they give the Stormbreaker to Billy Ray because he's similar to Thor. Or like I was saying before, Billy Ray Bill already have his Stormbreaker, because he could have actually got it made from that blacksmith place before Thanos decimated it. So yeah, it's plenty up in there, but it's plenty up in the air. but I do know that I am worried about the movie even making its budget back, simply because people don't like Jane Foster. I think it was you, True Skill. You say you like the Jane Foster, right? But a lot of fans don't like her. Reason why? Because they don't like how she did Thor. Even when you remember this game back in the day, Alliance, Avengers Alliance was on Facebook. Man, I loved that game. When they actually before they canceled the game. And let me tell you the reason why they canceled the game, because they wanted to. I never read her on. I never read her run on Thor. Yeah, she never. Yeah, it's like it's more like the she broke up with Thor. It was like it was so much crap going on with that, man. Like the basically the way they designed her to actually, it's like a slapping Thor face. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, it's your fault you fell in for me and something. Like she dumped that man. That man didn't want to leave her. I think she had some kind of cancer and all that. That's what he was doing. I mean, they kind of like followed the storyline in the movie. She was with cancer and all that. She the one that actually dumped Thor and all that stuff like that, broke his heart and all that. And a lot of fans didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's Thor. A lot of fans didn't like her breaking Thor's heart just because she wanted to. That's why everybody actually feels, I'm guessing. But so that's what I'm guessing. So like even when she came out in that Facebook Alliance, like Avengers Alliance game, no, everybody was like upset with her. Nobody didn't want to play with her because you can try to actually get a character. No, some people didn't even fight hard to actually get a character, because you got to go through these different trials to actually build up and get to the characters and stuff like that, and then get the character you want. You can actually purchase the character if you have enough money, or you have to fight through these trials, and then you get enough money from the trials, then you can able to actually buy the character. Some people didn't even care to buy the character. Some people's like, no, I'm not even going to do that because I don't even like her to that point. But I don't know. I mean, this is what Tiki Waki. I mean, I can't, Watiki Tiki Wakiki. I can't pronounce his name. I think a lot of people have a problem with his name. But unless he write the story differently, I think he was the writer of this. But if he's not, they say that the writer, the script is really, really sad, crying, but they have his happy moments and stuff like that. So that's what I'm guessing. I'm guessing a big major upset going to be Thor dies. And I'm just going to put that out there now. If I'm wrong, I hope I'm wrong, and I'd be glad if I'm wrong. But if I'm right, remember, we said it first, right? But yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much what I have tonight, guys. I'm about to go ahead and like pretty much kill this live right now, but I don't want to, but I have to because I got to get to bed. So I catch you guys later around about the same time. Like I was saying last night, I'm still working this thing out. I'm gonna be setting up times. I'm gonna try to do 3 live screenings a day with you guys. Okay, some of them will be shorter and some of them will be long like this. I know one of the so when I'm actually start doing my comic book reviews, I'm gonna actually put comic book reviews and more. So if you actually come in on my comic book reviews, you can actually comment on the comic book, and we can actually discuss what you think or what you like about what I said, or any questions or anything you would like to know about the comic book, since I had it in my hand. And go check it out. I just did a comic book review with Thanos Annual. I just did that video, so go check it out. So that's what I'm possibly be trying to do with you guys. I'm gonna be trying to do like a comic book review, and then watch when I do the comic book reviews in the same live video. Y'all give a question or ask anything about the book or whatever, and we'll be discussing that, or anything else you want to discuss. I'm gonna try to do another one. That one right there will probably possibly going to be basing off a TV show, like an episode I just watched. Like I did that Dracula Netflix Dracula episode 1. So, and I'm gonna do the second one when I watch the second episode. So when I do that second episode and get a review, I will actually stay on there and actually let y'all, y'all want to ask questions, y'all want to know more about the episode, I'll be able to interact with y'all more about the episode, because that's how I like to. That's how I like to do it with you guys. I like to actually. I don't like to come on there and just do a comic book review and don't interact with y'all guys. Just telling y'all about the comic book review and just just let it go. You know what I'm saying? So okay, cool, I got to go and stuff like that. I didn't like that, but you know, that's why I thought that was, you know, my setup at that time. But I'm ending up changing that setup. Let's say Prime. I want to first do. Take it easy, bro. Or you screaming tomorrow? Yeah. All right, True Skills. Yeah, I'll be screaming tomorrow around about the same time. I'll be screaming tomorrow. But like I'm saying, I'm gonna try to do more live streaming. But yeah, I'll be screaming tomorrow. You'll see me here. Thanks for asking that. So I guess I see you there, right? Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Prime, I'm really trying to understand your question here, or what you said in the chat. You said I want the first two. Maybe something I said, but I can't remember. So can you, if you're still here, can you please let me know what you're meaning by that? If I can answer your question properly, appreciate it. If you want to, but yeah, I'll be here doing live streaming tomorrow. I'm just trying. I hope Prime here, so I'm trying to wait and see if he's gonna reply to that. If not, I'll be getting out of here in about like 5 minutes. So yeah, so that's what I'm gonna try to do with you guys. So if like, I just love doing this. I love how when we talk, we interacting with each other. The questions you ask, and I know we talk about that. Talk about. I love doing that. Oh, I see what he's saying. Prime saying I watched the first 2 episodes of Dracula. Okay, cool. All right, cool. So I'll be doing a live stream tomorrow. Most likely, we'll be pretty much saying the same thing. Talk about comics and just talk about what we want to talk about. So most likely, if I have a time to see the second episode, I would do a second episode live. And then when we get to this like final main stream, we do pretty much every night now, which is I'm happy to be able to do this with you guys. We pretty much talk about Dracula and all the stuff like that. Anything we want to talk about. But and I appreciate you guys coming out. And each one of y'all guys, go check out each other's channel, subscribe, like up, and share it. Do all those good things we do for each other. And same thing with my channel, like, subscribe, share, and everything. I see you guys tomorrow. So be there. I mean, if you got stuff to do, I understand, but I will be here tomorrow for you guys. All right. You know why? Because you know what? We are comics. See you guys tomorrow. Later.